Hey guys, it's Dan, your host, your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another Walking Dead video for today. And in today's video, we're going to be doing another Q&A video for The Walking Dead 11C, going over a few of your comments, and also talking about, do we think Maggie will ever talk about Rick ever since she's returned? Alright guys, this one's going to be doing another video today. This one's going to be doing another video for The Walking Dead. And in today's video, we're going to be doing another Q&A video for The Walking Dead 11C. Haven't done one of these in a little while, so I figured we'd do another Q&A and go over a few of your guys' comments and stuff like that. We will obviously have the new Year of the Dead throwback review for tomorrow, and we will have our Tales of the Walking Dead review on Sunday with episode 5. So those are some of the videos you can expect me to do over the next few days. I have had some people that have asked me recently as well too of Dan, are you going to be reviewing Lord of the Rings, the new Lord of the Rings Rings of Power series? I do apologize for anybody that may or may not want to see that. I am not a big fan of Lord of the Rings. I just have never really been a fan of it, and I've had a lot of people been asking me about it because there is a new series that's out. I might check it out. Maybe if I check it out, maybe I'll review it, but again, I haven't heard too much good or bad yet. I think it just came out recently, and there were a few of you guys that were asking me that. So anyway, I may do a video on that coming up this week, may or may not. I really have no idea, but anyway, let's get into some Walking Dead topics for today, because I feel like we haven't done a Walking Dead Q&A in a really long time. So anyway, let's talk about some of your comments here. So we've got our first one here from ATF, which brought up a really interesting point, is that ever since that Maggie returned, ever since we've seen Maggie return in 10C and 11A and 11B, we haven't really had any mentions of her talking about Rick, you know? I mean, barely anybody's talked about Rick, but especially Maggie, and they bring up because it's partially Maggie and Daryl's fault why Rick was out there and ended up being injured and obviously ended up on the bridge and, you know, almost died, right? It was because Maggie had to send Rick away so she could go to Alexandria and take out Negan. So really what they're asking is, do you think Maggie will ever bring up Rick or even acknowledge what her and Daryl did? So, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think the writers want Maggie to bring up Rick. I really don't, and I'm going to tell you why. I think that the writers know that Maggie really is responsible for Rick. And, you know, I know a lot of people have always argued this topic, you know, like, well, was it really Maggie's fault in Season 9? You know, Rick did get on the horse himself and lead the walkers away to save the bridge and got injured, right? And I know a lot of people make that argument. Now, I am actually on the opposite side. I actually agree when people say that it's Maggie and Daryl's fault. Because think about it like this. Maggie and Daryl were going along with the plan. They decided after Oceanside took out a rot that they were going to go see Negan. So what did they do? Daryl kept Rick out there so that Maggie could go kill Negan, right? And Maggie went there, she didn't kill Negan. And what was Daryl doing? Daryl kept Rick out there. He stopped him from going back home. To when they actually got out of the cliff, and when they got out of the, you know, the little pit or whatever, Rick saw the zombies. Rick, you know, went to go do that. And if Daryl didn't keep Rick there, Rick would have never done that. And because of Maggie and Daryl's plan, Rick was stuck out there. Rick saw the dead and went. Where if Daryl would have just let him go to Alexandria, Rick would have never had to deal with that, and he would have never gotten injured. So yes, I do blame Maggie and Daryl. I don't talk about it a lot because obviously I feel like they almost want viewers to forget about that in a weird kind of way. But yes, it is Maggie's fault, honestly, and there's no one that's going to convince me otherwise. Honestly, it is their fault, and I unfortunately think, though, to answer your question, I don't think that they're going to have Maggie mention it. I feel like they would have had it, you know, be mentioned at this point. And unfortunately, for some reason in The Walking Dead Season 10 and The Walking Dead Season 11, for some reason, it's almost like they're not allowed to say the word Rick. Like, does anybody notice that? Like, they haven't been able to mention him. They haven't been able to say his name and what he's about. And even in Season 11, Episode 12, you know, when Pamela was asking Maggie, like, how do you lead and what were your examples of leadership? And she says, well, I lead by the way Georgie taught me and Deanna. I'm like, hello? Like, aren't you forgetting the main guy that led your group before you became the leader, Maggie? Like, seriously, I don't understand that. So, I don't know. I don't think they're going to mention it, unfortunately, to answer your question. But again, who knows? I mean, honestly, who knows? Maybe they'll slip in something right there near the end of the show, but I find it to be very insulting that they haven't mentioned Rick. Absolutely. And I think it definitely is something that we should see at some point. Next one comes from Steve, who mentions the Commonwealth after yesterday's video and says they definitely prefer the television show version of the Commonwealth. However, they do agree that the comics had a better introduction. And that's exactly what I was saying in my video yesterday. I mean, I feel like the Commonwealth as a location and the TV show, I think has been really good so far. I think they've done a lot of really good things for it. And in particular, Lance, I feel like he's a big upgrade. Mercer, he's a major upgrade from the comic books. And, they've done a lot of really good stuff, I'd say. But the one thing I feel like the comics did do better, and I feel like it's one of the only advantages that the comics have, honestly, because if you didn't see the video yesterday, yes, I do believe that the Commonwealth is better in the TV show version. But the one thing I think that the comics did better is getting to the point. They were surrounded, they were immediately interviewed, they were immediately taken to the Commonwealth, and they immediately, the next single issue next, issue 176, after literally the one before they just got caught, Pamela, introduced herself, Mercer introduced himself. There wasn't all this delaying and all this, reprocessing. And as much as I enjoy 1101 and 1102 with the Commonwealth arc, I think it's really good. I feel like we should have met Pamela at least by episode 5. That's what I feel like they should have done in the show, is they should have met Pamela either at the end of episode 2 as like a cliffhanger for that storyline, or episode 5, to be honest. Because, to me, the Commonwealth storyline in 11A is really good up till 5. I feel like 5 is when it starts dragging its feet. 7, killing walkers and stuff, it really felt like fluff to me, honestly. And episode 10, it finally felt like, oh my god, okay, we're getting somewhere, And I love, 1110. I love that episode because, we finally get to see more of Commonwealth and we get to meet Pamela and we get to actually see more of this. But yeah, like before then, yeah, they were really dragging their feet with the Commonwealth storyline for sure. Next one comes from Brian Akeem, who says that the one thing you did not mention is the budget of the Commonwealth, and the size in the TV show is definitely better in the comics rather than the show. So yes, that's one thing I will definitely agree. The Commonwealth visually in the comics is a lot bigger, because here's the unfortunate advantage with a comic versus a TV show. A comic, you can just draw it. You can draw as many residents in a community as you want. You can draw as much as you need, but with a TV show, unfortunately, you have to deal with money, and you have to also deal with paying actors and paying extras and stuff like that, and just an overall budget. And it's no secret here that the Walking Dead budget, as unfortunate as it is, and it really pisses me off, because Walking Dead is a show that has such a good story that I feel like it deserves the best budget you could possibly give a TV show. But The Walking Dead does not have the budget it used to have, unfortunately. Which, and this is my one thing I always say about, budgets, because I hate when people mention, like, budgets affect storytelling. It doesn't at all, honestly. Budgets does not matter. You can have the worst budget ever and tell the greatest story ever created, so budget and storytelling is not the same thing, and I hate when people confuse that, because storytelling and budget, they don't affect each other. They are both good in their own separate ways. But at least in terms of a budget for The Walking Dead, yeah, unfortunately it used to be bigger in the early days. Unfortunately, they don't have as much as they used to, but and I really wish that the Commonwealth would be able to feel like it was bigger, because I feel like in the TV show they haven't made it feel all that big. But again, it is what it is. So anyway, write your comments in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel about the Commonwealth and the TV show. Also, let me know, do you think that Maggie will acknowledge Rick at one point? Do you think they're going to mention Rick at all in this final season? Do you think that that's going to be something they finally address? Let me know, and definitely write your comments in the comment section below. So, of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos of The Walking Dead. Make sure to also follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead reviews, and, of course, I'll see you guys really soon for another video for The Walking Dead. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
I've heard stories, walkers that can climb walls and open doors. I was never sure if they were just stories.